W.
We can't successfully put an end to racial discrimination until we change the entire system.
We've been trying to keep the peace 50 years since Martin King. Some don't like me for who I am, but I love my melanin. I love a future college grad sleeping in a body bag. Mother screaming out her lungs, she never gonna see her son. We're like soldiers forced to fight a war. What the hell? I can't take it anymore. 'Cause for so long we've been patient, now we're done. And don't you even ask me when did I become such an angry black woman. And my sisters are in trouble. You're damn right, I'm a ABW. We're like soldiers forced to fight a war. What the hell? I can't take it anymore. 'Cause for so long we've been patient, now we're done. So don't you even ask me when did I become such an angry black woman.
Good evening, soul brothers and sisters. This is Tangie Cox, the Black Sheep, and I am propositioning you to entertain just a little while of being in reality. And this is gonna, a lot of us cannot accept reality. What have you learned in that amount of time? I empower you. You will never, ever, ever think, feel, or entertain nonsense ever again, period. I would like to see my soul sisters and brothers awaken. This requires time. You need to spend about a year watching, researching, and looking. Reality Temple on Earth is life changing, and I stand on that.
Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly.
That's right. I'm proud to be a Southern girl. I'ma take back to Texas, where everything is bigger. The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Having technical difficulties, please stand by. 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 Okay. Whoa. Okay. Due to technical difficulties beyond my control, I want to apologize for any inconvenience. And we will talk about what happened to cause that technical difficulty in just a minute here. Woo! Are we ready? In the name of my This is the problem. We live in the United States of America. In the United States of America, something that religious people call fornication, law against sexual irresponsibility, then you're going to have the consequence of unwanted children. Because these children did not come from up out of an act of love and caring. They come into this world founded upon lust and pleasure seeking. We live in a country where people are not parents. When I was a younger person coming up in school, they used to have parenting classes and a lot of other different classes that really was good for us, that are supposed to be preparing ourselves to be an adult. So you have many people who are not even parents. Anybody can make a baby, but nobody, not just anybody, can parent a baby in a proper manner. So we are in this country and then really around the earth, we're making these children, except for vanity purpose. That's my son. That's my daughter. They serving no purpose on the earth that has a dwindling resource. There are those who believe, oh, because the earth is so big, there's plenty. And it's never ending. So we're making all these children, making all these babies, except for vanity. They serve no purpose except for vanity. And those who are making these babies don't care nothing about them. And so as a consequence, they become a burden on society. Waiting to go to the prison system, ready to go get caught up in this sex trafficking, ready to get caught up in human slavery and all types of situations. All types of predators are waiting for these children that don't have proper parents. I raised the question to these people who are anti-abortion, but you are not raising your voice against that which causes the abortion, because you live in a country that permits, and they are probably guilty themselves of sexual irresponsibility. And so that's going to be a problem. There's going to be consequences. There's going to be consequences for those actions. And for the male who believes that he should have some type of say in what a woman does with her body, being a male myself, then I know I should not give her my seed, whereas she can put herself in that position to say whether or not she's going to, I might and I might not bring this baby into the earth. But when you do that, then you're gambling and you have put your seed in the hands of somebody else. So if you don't want that, it's very simple. Just don't get her pregnant to begin with. Because that's her choice. That's her body. And if you don't want child support, if you don't want no babies, you know what to do. It's called abstinence. It's called a vasectomy. You don't have to worry about it. But if you want to gamble, and many of you gamble, and many of you have lost, and now you're upset because you lost. It goes back to sexual irresponsibility. You have to take responsibility for yourself. You can't put that decision, you can't put that into the hands of somebody else because they might make a decision you don't like. And so many men have done that, now they are all upset. I should have a choice. But you was a pleasure seeker. In this country, you can seek pleasure, there's no consequence. And so this is nothing but a consequence of sexual irresponsibility on male and female. But for me, because I've been in this environment for years, for me, I can only speak for me. For me, it's a blessing. Abortion isn't a blessing. It's a blessing to that child, to that little girl or to that little boy not to come into this. The things that we have to deal with. There's no benefit. There's nothing fantastic about being here. Dealing with all types of predators, dealing with all types of problems. What is it that Jay-Z said? I got 99 problems and a B ain't one. But you still got 99 problems. He didn't turn around and make a rap song. I got 99 beautiful things I love about life. He didn't say all his problems is bad, but a B ain't one. Thank you, Brother Talib. I'm having technical difficulties. So, because of this environment, see, in the right environment, you don't have to worry about that. It would be something very rare. But in this environment that we're in, it produces this. It produces this, so hold on a second. Hold on a minute here. We're having technical difficulty. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Oh, hold on a second. Is that you, Brother Talib?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought you weren't gonna be able to get in. I don't know. Were you able to hear? Because I did send you 3 topics I wanted to talk about, and of course you can talk about anything that you want to. But did you hear the beginning of the program?
No, I did not. I just got back in.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I was talking about the first topic I wanted to talk about was abortion.
Okay.
My position is, I'm gonna say real quick because I already talked about it, so I give you an opportunity if you want to talk about that topic. Because of the situation that we're in, I told the audience that for me, I can't speak for anybody else, because of the environment that we live in, because there's no law against fornication and adultery. It's legal. So when you have, it's legal to be sexually irresponsible. So because we are in that type of environment, for me, I say that it's a blessing for a child to be aborted. For me, it's a blessing so that child don't come into this mess that I know that I've been in for all this time. I wouldn't want no child to come here anyway. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be aborted, not to come into this bull to begin with. And when you live in a country where people are allowed to be sexually irresponsible, that's just the result. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have a whole lot of unwanted children, and then the people that talk about they don't want abortion, I'm anti-abortion, they are pro sexual irresponsibility. They're not standing up and speaking up against that. But then they want to bring these children, these unwanted children, into this life, into this earth, but they don't want to take care of them. They don't want to. No, these people that's anti-abortion, they don't adopt children. They don't do foster care. They're not doing nothing special for these children. Since you want them here, you're not doing nothing for them. So a lot of these children come onto this earth, and they don't want abortion, but they don't want to take care of the children, because then they want to turn around and tell them, oh, that's the parents' responsibility. That's not the parents' responsibility, because you say it's all right. In this country, it's all right for you to be sexually irresponsible and don't take care of your affairs. It's all right. It's not illegal. Even children producing children, because it's not against the law. You don't get in trouble for sexual irresponsible behavior. So we got a lot of children coming here. They end up starving. They end up caught up in sex trafficking. The pedophiles are after them. It's a whole lot of crap poor children get caught up in. And for me, I would say it would be a blessing for a child to be aborted, not to come into this mess. For me. What do you say, Brother Talib?
I would say that even though I have my different opinions to a certain point about abortion, but however, I would have to concur with you on that stance at the same time, because first of all, there's so many bastard children. And I ain't even talking about in this generation. I'm talking about way beyond before this generation. That started before our generation, and that, came along through our generation and so forth on. So I have to say that there's so many misfit children in this world, and in this nation particularly. Even the ones, like I said, who came in years ago, decades ago, and that's adults now, they're still misfits as byproducts of those who brought them into this world.
And unfortunately, as we could see, the results of what is produced in our society. And because of what it has produced in our society, it's become more toxic because you got so many human beings in the first place.
Right.
Because we got to understand, during even prehistoric times, during so-called even biblical times, or what they would say, you didn't have that many people in the planet Earth. There was no such thing as an overcrowded city, or overcrowded state, or overcrowded province, or overcrowded country. You know, you didn't have all these millions up to billions of people on the planet Earth like we do now. So, at the same time, while they're sucking up the resources, you're depleting the Earth of its natural resources because of that heavy density with population. And then we have so many people here that has no purpose.
Exactly.
You see, that's just existing. And when you're just existing, it's like I used to always hear in the pro-black conscious community years ago, where they said you're nothing but dead weight. So that's all it is people that are dead weight, that's just in a way existing. And as a result, just look around you, okay? Look at our youth today. Even look at some of us who are in our 50s and 60s today, running around with tattoos all on our bodies, face on down. Oh no, from head on down. Let me say that. You know, you got many of us that are involved in gang activity at the highest, you know, ever. And then you got a lot of us who are more so prone to being addicted to drugs of some kind of sort, more than ever. So you're looking at a decaying population of human habitat.
Exactly.
And because those who produced such people who are byproducts of this situation, they didn't have no sense of real true direction in their life. All they just wanted to do was lay up in bed and you know, do the freaky deaky. You know, without you know, thinking about you know, the consequences that come with that. You know, and so now you got people on social media, like a brother of ours located down south in Texas somewhere. I think, yeah, in Houston or something like that. But he called his platform Trayzon, the Trace Show. The Trace. And he's been on there for 8 years. And the brother he always talks about so many fathers and so many women involved in relationships, just straight up killing each other left and right. Especially when you're talking about child support being involved in the situation. I'm talking about married couples, families destroyed because of violence, fatality. Just like recently I heard him on the show talking about how 2 baby dads plotted together. And it was the first time he ever reported on this on social media, on his platform, out of all the years he's been on social media, about 2 dads having a baby each by the same woman, plotting together to kill her, which they actually did, and killed her new boyfriend along the way, who didn't have nothing to even do with whatever the situation was between the two of them and their children's mother. And so the situation was they killed the mother while the children were present. One of them killed the mother, another one of them killed the boyfriend. So they both charged with murder, first degree. And there's a possible chance that they could face a death penalty because this was in Louisiana where this took place at. So, I mean, and then you had, I remember I saw him, where he had another situation in Philadelphia where a brother brutalized a woman. I guess took her out because, and I guess he didn't want to have that responsibility of them children coming along with that relationship. So it's a repetitive pattern, which things they talks about like that. And this is happening all across the board throughout society. When you get these big fish dads or mothers that don't want to be involved in the drama when it comes to raising kids, and because it costs much more these days to raise a child anyway, and all this whole stuff, and they don't want to bear that responsibility. So they say, well, the easy way out is to just take the woman out, or take the man out, and sometimes take both out along, take them out with the children too. Kill children too. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. So birth these children in the world now because of your selfish greed ass. You decide you not only got an issue with another parent of the child, but you want to kill them too. So this is what we get.
Yes.
And so I say, and I'm glad you brought this topic up because this is sad because I have to say, and I don't like to dwell all up into my own personal business on social media because I know how folks are in social media.
Yes, we do.
But I will share this. Today, I'm doing pretty good in my life, okay? But I will say this, that like many of us, and like some of us in social media that like to criticize and judge other people, that ain't no better than what I'm about to say is that I was a byproduct of a situation. And I love my parents. They helped brought me in the world, but at the same time, circumstances, because of how the way they did things, destroyed my life in different periods of times, especially as a younger person. And so I am still reaping the consequences from that ramification, even as I'm a middle age. But I'm still feeling the effects from their lifestyle. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And the fact that dysfunctional sides of their families, because one side, when it even came to two of my grandparents, didn't like each other, and it had something to do with me being in the equation, especially because someone didn't like my father. You see, or because so now that I look too much like him or resemble too much like him, now I'm the villain.
Yes.
You see, the situations like abortion, I have no problem with that at all. Because that would save, especially if the parent is not responsible enough, whether it's the mother or the father, you know, I feel like they should just, you know, deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you know, accept that they're making the right choice by having the abortion. Because, I mean, if you're no good to yourself, how any good is one going to be to that unborn child when they come in the world? You see? So, I feel like, you know, abortion is necessary, especially in that manner.
Yes, sir.
Because, and I know we got many people, you know, especially in the religious specter of things, that's going to disagree with that.
Of course.
But at the same time, what is religion doing to prepare a way so that people won't have to come in the world and live in this hell cesspool like many of us are now doing? You know? I mean, man, listen, let me say this. And I don't want nobody to say I sound crazy when I say this, but I'm just gonna make a point when I say this. Is that I don't anticipate death or anyone that's amongst the living. I don't anticipate my own death like that, because when the time comes, it just come, okay? But here's the thing. Right around the corner from me, it was last week, there was a young brother that was just murdered here in the geographic location I reside in, okay? And his mother stood there and had to witness that. His own mother, you see? So, you know, man, I have to say that, you know, and then on top of that, I've watched in the news, I watched in the environment around me at different times of my life, even up to now, where people just dying like crazy. People dying in their 20s, dying in their teenage years. And I'm like, damn. They dying doing some of the most formidable, hellish years of my life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When I was their age, you know, so it's like, when I really think about this situation, and I say to myself, here it is, I'm still breathing amongst the rest of the living, you know, but at the same time, I'm going through hell in many ways, in different ways myself. I mean, you know, it's like I still got to deal with health issues.
Yeah.
Now that I'm getting older, I got to deal with, you know, still attitudes, people, places, and things, and, you know, and I'm getting to the point where I'm getting too old to be getting caught up in the type of drama that people in their 20s or 30s get caught up in, you know?
Exactly.
And it's like, man, I'm like, wait a minute. You know, and some of these people that is dropping dead by the wayside, Some of them may be good people, but I still got to remain here and deal with these other idiots that's on the planet Earth breathing the same air I'm breathing. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like a prison within the universe, if that's what some would like to call it, or whatever. But it's like I'm entrapped in a situation that I can't get out of until, like I just said, when that time comes.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's a part of me that's like, damn, I want to say I wish you to hurry up and come. But I don't want to anticipate that type of energy either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, man, and when I see these people that are dying around me, like I am, it's like, man, and I'm even talking about, man, people that was in much more better financial shape than I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
They leaving this earth. Like they got everything going on.
Doesn't mean.
Now I don't know what outside of that what was going on in their personal lives. And then it may not have necessarily been nothing too stressful. They might have just died from a disease.
Yeah.
And didn't live to see the fruits of their works financially, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, but I'm still here dealing with this hell. I still just because of the skin on my body, it's a living hell.
Mm.
Just because of the damn skin on my body, it's a living hell.
Can I ask you this? What do you think about a lot of these men believe that they should have a say-so if they get a woman pregnant? They should have a say-so whether or not she gets an abortion or not. Do you think that it's her body? You gave it to me. That's your bad luck.
I'm going to. Thanks for asking. Excuse me, brother. Thanks for asking me that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, once again, I'm gonna go back and say this. Like I said before, I'm a man myself who don't have any children.
Yeah.
Of course, that I definitely know of.
Mm-hmm.
Factually, okay. Because child support ain't sent me no mail or no letter nowhere telling me that, hey, it's time to pay up.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get that type of situation, then that's a problem, okay? But also, too, sometimes some brothers get caught up in that situation and they don't even be the father of the children.
Exactly. We're not talking about. I'm talking about. You know
to
that.
answer your question.
Yeah.
Getting back to answering your question, what I was going to say is that I think a woman does have a right to her body.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to say that this woman down south years ago that I was, fraternizing and messing around with, come to turn out it wasn't all that serious as far as a relationship was concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she had an agenda, and in my own little selfish way, I had an agenda too.
Okay. Okay.
But I was on the dark side.
Yeah.
Living in white cloud heaven on the dark side. For those of you that's been in the street life, in the drug life, know what I'm talking about, okay? So, I wasn't fit at all.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I thought I was to be a dad. And I was in that state of mind the last time me and her talked briefly. And she told me that she made the decision that she was going to have an abortion because she was claiming all the time that I got her pregnant, right? Although I don't know what she did outside of me and her thing.
Exactly.
But she always claimed that I got her pregnant, okay? But for her to come and tell me that she was making the decision to have an abortion, of course a part of me was like, but you didn't talk to me first before you made that decision, right? And, you know, still to this day, I kind of, be honest, feel a certain type of way about it, but at the same time, I wasn't a dad that was ready to handle business like a dad's supposed to. So she definitely had a right to do what she did, okay? And at this point, you know, I'm not mad about it, you know, because I wouldn't have wanted my child to come in this world with no symptoms from being born to a drug addict father. Okay? Like what happened to me when I was born. See, what happened to me when I was born, okay? So I didn't want to pass that same, what some would call curse on, to another human being coming from my seed.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I think this is why, as some in religion would say, I am being more blessed. More things is happening better for me in life because it could be possibly from that I did not bring an illegitimate child into this world to have to live through that. And then I probably have to health-wise inherit some other crap from me. You see what I'm saying? And then all that. And so at that point, it was like, if you ever gonna be a father, then be ready. If not, let it go. So a woman should have that much right over her body, especially if that man is not in shape himself to be the parent that he should be. Then he don't really have no right at that point to tell a woman what she should do with her body and what she shouldn't. By the way, especially if he locked up. Look, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if he in there because of an abusive situation or domesticated situation against her, he definitely ain't got no right determining if that pregnant woman he was with should abort that baby or not.
And also,
but that was to answer your question to that though. Yes.
Yeah. Also, that woman, I mean, you as men, we give her, you know, the little seed, you know, the few minutes of pleasure, whatever it is. It's up to her to handle that for over 9 months or whatever. That goes on her, and a lot of women actually die. They don't talk about that. A lot of women die trying to have babies. So she risking every time a woman have a baby, she's risking her life. So how are you? You're not risking your life to do nothing. You enjoyed the 5 minutes of pleasure or whatever. How the hell you got in a position to tell somebody what they should and should not do? My position is, if I don't want that, or if I believe this woman would do that, don't give her your sperm to begin with. Don't have to worry about it. But if you do that, you taking that decision making out of your hands and you put it in the hands of somebody else. And if you don't like the decision, whatever decision they make, you're going to have to live with it. Also, since you want that baby so bad, now, I don't go to court like I used to, but when I first was involved and I was going to court back and forth, I even sat in on some of these civil cases. I even sit in on some of these family court cases. I never saw no men running around. I want my baby. I want my baby. If you do a Google search, it will tell you most men will have no problem giving that child over to the mama, custody. Because most men don't want that. They don't want to deal with no diapers. They don't want to deal with no crying at night. We don't have that. We don't have that maternal thing women have. You know, like me. You know, I see women do that. You know, change a baby diaper. I'm like, ooh, that's stinking, blah blah blah. But women can change baby diapers and be smiling. Ooh, you a stinky little baby, and they just be changing and smiling and giggling with the baby. I can't deal with stank like that. Clean the baby. I'm serious. I can't deal with it. you know, clean the baby up, and then I will rock the baby to sleep, and when the baby get older, I take the baby for a walk and stuff. You know, I just don't have it. Just like another example. Not only babies. There are people in nursing homes that cannot wash themselves, and in hospitals, because I was there. Somebody have to wash you, help you walk, clean you up. Everybody cannot do that. It takes special people. It takes special people in order to do that, to be able to take care of somebody. Because here I am. I had surgery 4 years ago, and I got all these tubes and stuff. I had to depend on those nurses to come here. I'm butt naked, but they can't let me stink. So they got to come and give you a bath, a wash up or whatever. It takes special people to do that. A lot of these people, they have a vagina, they have a penis, but they don't have no maternal or paternal instinct. A lot of these men don't give a damn about no babies. The only thing they care about the pootoir.
Exactly.
They don't care about no baby they don't care about no child like that. They only care about the pleasure. And once the pleasure is gone, they're not really interested. I love my children. These folks don't be loving no children. They don't love them. I know that you don't love no children simply because we got a program here, a proposal called Mississippi Campaign to put our children in a better position, and your happy ass not interested, and you don't have nothing else better to offer. You want to keep them in hell like we are. You don't care about these children. And you was talking about earlier about the certain things that we have to put up with living in this life. I did a Google search, and I wanted to find out what is the illiteracy rate in this country. When I was locked up, a lot of those people was laughing at me. Oh, you locked up, ha 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 ha, and giggling. And I'm looking at them, I'm noticing they can't even really read. A lot of us was pushed through school. We didn't really learn nothing. They push you through school because they got to get the school ready for the next batch of unwanted children. According to the Google search, 45 million functional illiterates in this country. 45 million. I'm saying, in my experience being on social media, I'm saying that it's more than that. And you can be a functional illiterate and have a college degree. Because you don't just because a person got a degree still don't mean they can comprehend and understand what they learn. They cannot apply what they learn. That's why you have a lot of people that got college degrees. They just have a college degree. They can't do nothing with it. So what? They didn't. Matter of fact, I would even say that college really produces functional illiteracy. It gives you the illusion that you're smart and you're really not. Because you was able to earn a degree. You don't, but you don't have common sense. You don't have logic. And then when you live in in this country, you got all these drug addicts and alcoholics and all these people. What's his name? Justin Timberlake just got off. He was caught. Justin Timberlake was caught driving
he just pleaded guilty
to a misdemeanor, a non-traffic related. How the hell is that possible? But that's how they do in this country. Okay, it's a traffic. How are you going to plead to a non-traffic? How you going to plead to something that's non-traffic. And then the only thing he got to do is come on TV. I was wrong. I shouldn't have been driving drunk. But you know something? But see, that's the thing about this country. These people are nothing but alcoholics. They've been alcoholics ever since the Revolutionary War. They love to drink. They love to drink. They love to use alcohol. That's why those Mexicans are killing themselves and other people, giving Americans their drug and alcohol fix or whatever. That's how they socialize. It was a Pan-African on my. Oh, matter of fact, I think I heard somebody told me this Pan-African was talking about me. Say their name. Said they was mad to me. I'm a hypocrite because I don't say people. Well, I'm gonna say your name. This guy Nollywood cat, Pan-African. He's a drunkard. Doing it, but you gotta do it for social purpose. Now, this is a Pan-African, but he don't produce the liquor that he want to drink to socialize with. Where you getting your liquor from, Pan-African? You're getting your liquor from the white man. You ain't buying your liquor and your social spirits from black folks, some Africans. You getting it from the white man. But I'm the hypocrite. And that's why your ass can't get nowhere, because you're drunk. That's the reason why you can't do nothing. But they want all the babies to live so they can become fake ass Pan-Africans, drunks, domestic abusers, murderers, just waiting for them to get caught up in the sex trafficking thing, orphanages, foster care. But I would rather be, I think it's a blessing to be a boy that you don't have to deal with it. It's simple as that. And just like you said, Brother Talib, in your talk, you was accepting accountability for yourself because you knew that you weren't in no position to be no father. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these folks know they're not in no position. They're not father material. They know they're not mother material. You bring these children on here just so they can suffer. That's all. The hell with that. I would have been so happy not to know any of this. Wherever I was before 1963, whatever it was, I was happy. I didn't have to go through this bull crap. It's sickening. We're going to go ahead and roll on to the next topic. Thank you, Brother Talib, for giving us your conclusions on that topic.
Yes, sir.
Now I want to talk about this next topic. And see, with this topic, I had to think about it because, like all of us, we was taught these things. We was taught that it's cool, and we make jokes out of older people, having romance with younger people. Oh, the dirty old man, and they call the woman the cougar when she messed with the younger man and whatever. Now, for me, I always liked younger people when I was growing up. I always liked being around younger people. I always felt younger. And I always looked younger for my age. And I used to like hanging around and being with younger people. And when I say younger people, I'm talking about people, maybe 3-4 years younger than me or something like that. I'm not talking about no 10, 20 years later. When I was growing up, and I was a freshman in high school, now I'm a freshman in high school, so that puts me in the 9th grade. And the high schoolers, of course, was in 12th grade. They was 3 or 4 years older than me, okay? But here I am, I'm a freshman, and I really couldn't relate to those that was in a junior or in the 12th grade, a senior. I couldn't really, and I saw them different from me. Matter of fact, I even saw them as grown people. I didn't see them as a child like me. I'm a freshman in high school. I used to like the way the senior girls look, the junior girls look, and things of this nature, but I couldn't relate. To me, they was almost like grown women. And I'm still a child. I couldn't relate. And they was only, like I say, 3 or 4 years older than me. And then, of course, as we get older, you hear about older people simply because they are 18 years old. That's all right for a man to deal with a 18. As long as they're 18 years old, everything is up for grabs. It's legal. Now, just because something is legal, don't mean you should do it. Because this is the way I've been looking at it. Because I'm guilty too, because I was taught that, like younger people or whatever. But I had to be real with myself. When I'm dealing with a person that's very, very woman, of course, you know, I'm 60, she was 35, getting ready to go 40, something like that. And I started to talk to her, and she's legal, very legal. But I'm thinking to myself, Brother Talib, I'm thinking to myself, okay, she's 35. Yeah. She's 35, but when she was born, I was 35. See what I'm saying? Yeah. I was 35. She's legal, she's over 18, but when she was born, I was 35 years old. When she was born. She's younger than my first grandnieces and nephews, because they getting ready to hit 40. She's 35. Okay, she's legal, 18, but she's a child. She's a baby. If I had children, I would have children. Hell, I would have children her age or older. She's a child. She's a baby. So my conclusion, just because something is legal don't mean that you can do it. Oh, men can have babies. You know, when they, just because you can have a baby and you're 150 years old don't mean you should try it. You should do it. Here, look, Brother Talib, you mess around, you're an old ass man making a baby, and you got arthritis, having heart attacks and all this other crap.
Diabetes.
Yeah, diabetes, all this. And you having a baby, you can't even walk. You can't even walk with it. You can't even play ball with the child no more because you got arthritis. You're falling apart. There's no way you're gonna be alive to see that child grow up. And you damn sure not gonna see no grandchildren. You're not gonna be able to do that. But they are. I don't care if they are 18 years old, and they're 18 years old. Just because they're 18 years old, those are children. They just came out of high school. Them babies.
Right.
Here you are, you 60, getting closer and closer to the damn grave. You should have learned something in your life. That's what you should be doing with children. Not trying to get the young baby in bed. We should be, as older people, we should be teaching these children. We should be giving them our wisdom before we get out of here. Instead of trying to get in their damn panties because they make me feel young when I'm with a young woman. They make me feel better when I'm with a young man. I don't give a damn how they make you feel. You're old. Your ass is 70 years old. That's not gonna change. People talk about you old as you feel. No, you're not. Your ass is old. And a lot of older people not gonna really tell you, because as an older person, I don't give a damn how you look. You start getting these aches and pains. You starting to age. You can't see like you used to. The gray hair starts coming. You start getting hair where you never had hair before. I'm like, where the hell is this hair coming from? You know, I ain't never had no stuff like this. You know, you can't stand up like you used to for long periods of time. You're old. You had your day in the sun. We're supposed to be teaching our babies, teaching our children, not screwing them. We're supposed to be the examples of what manhood and womanhood is. That's what we're supposed to be doing. I know when I was messing around I'm gonna say messing around because it really wasn't nothing romantic about it. It was like a survival thing. When I was dealing with Pork Chop. Now Pork Chop lied to me.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll be honest with you. I get a crack out of that. When you talk about that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay. All right, Talib, it's not that damn funny, okay? Now see, Pork Chop told me she was 5 years older than me, okay? She lied.
Yeah.
Pork Chop is about 11 years older than me. But you know, when I was dealing with her, she was talking about, okay, I'm a child of the 60s. So really, I don't really start remembering things. You know, so I would say I'm a child of the 70s. I was born in the 60s, but by the time I get some age, I'm 8, 9 years old. You know, this is the 70s, okay? So I'm a child of the 70s. She's a child of the 50s or late 40s. And she talking about things I can't relate. You know, I know about them in history because I read about them in history. I see the old videos of Jackie Wilson and Sam Cooke and all. But she talking about it because she lived it. I don't know nothing about all that. I really couldn't relate. The only way we was relating is because of the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. And of course, as you know, I'm not into that no more. But she was in a different time period because she's 11 years older than me. When I was born, she was probably 11 years older than me. Since yeah. But just because we can do it don't mean we should do that. 18 years old that's just a number. That don't make you an adult. These are children. And how you gonna mess with somebody and you 60 years old and they 35, you was 35, you was 40 years old when they was born. Brother Talib, to me that's disgusting. To me that's nothing but acceptable pedophilia.
Yeah, yes it is.
I'm gonna turn the subject over to you.
And you need to be prosecuted.
Yeah.
Anybody caught up like that, including my damn self, we need to be prosecuted. Because you 35 years old messing with an 18-year-old, or how about this? 55 years old messing with somebody that's barely in their 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just insanity, man.
It's sickening. Disgusting.
What did you? What did you gonna get out of that? And then on top of that, you running around here, calling yourself still a young Mac Daddy,
right? Yeah. Okay.
Or want to be pimp or something or whatever.
Yeah.
Cause you claim your game is still tight or whatever. Man, you know how many cats they caught the HIV virus, the syphilis virus, the herpes virus because of that? Because they so locked in on chasing after that piece of V, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just crazy, man, and it's like they don't have no regard for nothing.
No.
Or what comes behind that.
No.
And the women, the women used to have a little bit more integrity about themselves, but when man came along, and just helped destroy that, which the woman had a choice in that situation, Now you got women who don't care how many children they have, long as they could collect a welfare check or child support. Now I'm not saying all women have that mentality, but there are many that do, And I mean, it's like those who have that mentality, make the women who don't have that mentality look like sprinkled salt in the grass. And that's unfortunate, you know, because I have, you know, I had a mother, I had a grandmother, I had a great grandmother, and so forth and on, and they're the reason why we're here. So when you, as a man, disrespect the sanctity of that natural part of the woman, and then help her turn herself into something different, now she trying to be like you. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like you don't have no regard, and you know, in a way, I have to say, I don't feel sorry for these women, but I do have empathy for them, because they didn't have to be used and abused that way. And now, this is why when you walk up the street every day, especially you run into a woman, especially if she look like you, like us, you know, melanated soul people, you know, she's going to give you that crazy look or roll her eyes at you, you know. And I hear different brothers always talking about why they don't know why they do that. And I'm like, to myself, brother, you've been around maybe long as I have in this world, or not, but you should commonly know as a melanated soul, brother, that sisters have been hurt by men like that, like us, and like certain other men. You know, they have been hurt.
Yeah.
So what do you expect for them to do? You know, one thing about a human being, period, a human being is only going to be able to take so much for so long before they lash out in an unnatural way that you would never expect them to respond in. Now you got men complaining that women are trying to be so hard they want to be like men. Well, who helped them got there? Who helped them arrive to that point? You see, so we not let's not play these mind games with each other. You know, these women are a product of our BS, and I'm just gonna put it straight down there to the point. You know, they are a product of our BS. You know, now you got women that got to the point that they wanted to be pimps.
Yeah.
Pimping other women, even pimping other dudes.
Yeah.
You actually got that.
Yeah.
Women pimping dudes. Now, like, what? But we brought that into place. You see, and unfortunately, this came from my parents' generation. You know, because I was raised around that type of environment, unfortunately. So, and you know, I grew up watching how brothers, including with my own parents' relationship, I watched, you know, how brothers abuse sisters growing up. And, you know, I've been through my own things in life, but I have to say that, and I've even had my different issues, like I spoke about in one case with women, but I would say this here. I'm so glad that they wasn't as serious as that. That, you know, I hear people always talking about, well, you know, father like son, son like father. That's BS. Okay? Because, number one, I did not inherit certain things from him when it came to women. As a matter of fact, As a matter of fact, I overheard women that I didn't even know say I was nothing like my father. Okay? And you know what? Hey, when I really think about it now, I'm so glad they made that statement. I feel like now that's a compliment.
Yeah.
In a way. It's really a compliment. Because why would I want to have a reputation of domestically beating on women, nearly killing them? You see, going to the penitentiary over them. You know, because of my own selfish, greed or whatever when it comes to a relationship with them. You see what I'm saying? Why would I want to put myself in that type of situation to begin with? Like I talked about earlier, give them illegitimate children. You see, all that kind of stuff. Walk off, don't care about the children like I'm supposed to. Ain't about my business. I don't need that type of inheritance of legacy. So yeah, I'm glad that people felt that way about me, or feel that way about me. I am glad. Because you know what? I'm in my 50s, right? And, you know, where my father is, starting from his 50s now into his 70s, is not a good place he should be in at all. And I'm where I'm at today, in my 50s, free, living my life, doing what I got to do. You see? I'd rather be on that side of the grass looking in than you see, because of that reputation. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't inherit certain legacies from him. Yeah, he my father, he responsible for bringing me in this world. Okay, I get all that, but I'm glad that I did not inherit the legacies that got him to where he still is in life. You see what I'm saying? I'm glad that, you know, I didn't become known as a womanizer. That's one of the worstest things any man could be known for, is being a womanizer. Because hell, you lose respect from other men when you get that reputation, whether we realize it or not. Now, other men who think it's cool, like you get some of us talking about, oh man, yeah, you should have slapped that beat,
Right.
or you should have did this or that. Them man ain't no different, because they're about the same thing. But you get a real man, he gonna tell you straight up, you a chump for doing what you doing. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that ain't nothing manly, you know, as far as being a womanizer. You know, I'd rather not have oh, wait a minute. For y'all those of y'all that may be in the comment section or that may be watching this live, for y'all go to saying some old crazy, you know, underhanded, disrespectful stuff, like weird stuff, talking about somebody gay or whatever and all this other crap. You understand? Let me tell you something, man. If I would rather not be with a woman if I got to do all that. If I got to abuse her, black her eyes up, break half her face off, bloated up, nose busted, looks busted.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If I got to do that to a woman to prove a point, especially in front of some children we may have had together, you see what I'm saying? If I got to do that, then I don't need to be with no one. If I got to drag her through the mud in any kind of way that's not meant for a man in a relationship to go on with, then I don't need to be with a woman like that. I'd rather be what they call celibate if it got to go that way. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to put myself in no situation, you see, to cause any harm to her or to myself. You know how many times women have called their brothers or cousins or uncles on their partner, on their significant partner, and somebody ended up in the hospital or dead or in jail? Who wants that? You see what I'm saying? Who wants to deal with that type of drama? Oh, I can handle that. You know, I'm just talking about them punks want to be tough ones. Oh, I can handle that. Oh, that ain't nothing. Well, okay then. Well, I tell you what then. When they get ready to dig that ditch up to throw you in, let's see how much you can handle it then. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you know, people play too many games.
Exactly.
You know, and so it's like, you know, and this is the reason why, I find that I associate with only respectable people, you know, because, and it's far few in between respectable people in the midst of all these other people that are not respectable when it comes to life itself. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And this is the world we're living in. You see, and this is the reason why, you don't know, lately, in the back of my mind, I've actually been, matter of fact, as much as recently as possible as I can remember, I've actually said that I wish I wasn't born in this mother. And this is why I'm going to say this again, like I said before on the other, when we were speaking on the other topic, basically. Not getting off of this topic, but that's why, you know, those of us who pass, you know, I'll be saying to myself, damn, when is it my turn, you know?
Yeah.
Because, see, wherever they're at, I don't know, but I'm going to say this here, because ain't nobody ever came back to bring the good news. Even the Bible tells us. No one has ever came back to talk to us about how it was in the afterlife.
Exactly.
Even the Bible says this, okay? So, you know, I must say that, you know, we that those who have left us, whether they were good people or bad people, we don't realize that they're going, as far as this life is concerned, they're in a better place. They are in a better place. This is why when you hear people dying and they loved ones say, oh yeah, they're in a better place. Even though they know deep down inside, they don't know where they're at.
Exactly. Exactly.
But they're in a better place.
Yeah.
You see? So, you know, hey, you know, they're in a much better place than where we at. Let's just keep it simple like that. They're in a much more better place than we at. Okay? They ain't got to wake up every day to this madness and have to deal with it like we do.
Exactly.
You know, and so, and that's sad, you know. That is really sad.
Yeah, you was talking about the, earlier in your talk, I want the people to realize and go back and rewind where you was talking about, and I know a lot of people that's part of these hate the black women groups, they won't agree with what we're talking about here, but you was talking about the woman and how the men, see, they keep talking about history. They don't know the history. See, I've lived some of this, and you have lived some of this. These younger folks don't really know what the deal is. And when you look at history, if you really look at history, they don't tell the whole story. Most people tell the story just enough to fit their narrative. They won't tell the whole story. The whole story is the black man, especially when this white guy start giving the black man privileges. He stopped looking at black women as an equal. He started acting like the white man. Instead, see, during slavery, and when they first came off the plantation, he didn't have no choice. That was my partner. He didn't have no choice. But when he started getting these privileges, he started to act and behave. You know, it's just like this. A lot of people are born in poverty. And then they talk about this and that and that and that, how bad it is to be poor and blah, blah, blah. But once they're able to get up out of poverty, then they begin to act like the stuck-up rich folks they used to complain about when they was poor. See, this black man, once he got off the slave plantation, and he talked about the white man do this and the white man do that, but once he started getting his little bit of his freedom, even to this day, his attitude toward things start changing toward the black woman and start treating her the same way the white man was treating both of us, the male and the female. That's what he done. And matter of fact, he even got to the point where she's not even good enough. He started voluntarily running to the white woman. He started that. Now during slavery, you had women, slave men and women, you know, falling in love with the master. But you can't blame that for them. That's no different than having your dog at the house. Your dog don't really love you. Your dog is just caught up in a master-slave situation. Because I guarantee you, go try that with a wolf. Go try that with a lion out in the wild. They're not going to go for that kind of stuff. That's the only life that they know.
Brother, you gonna be welcome for dinner real quick.
Yeah, they're gonna show you what the relationship really is. Our ancestors was treated as slaves. They was nothing but domesticated animal, and they was treated, and they had the mentality of cattle. Just like your dog and your cat. And hell, even some dogs and cats, if you give them a chance, they'll run away. You'll never see them again in life.
Yeah, right.
Some of them will, but the majority, I love you. But that's because they're domesticated. They're your slave, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, that's not real love. But now you're supposed to be free, and now this black man got in his mind, if I get me a white woman, she's more valuable than the black woman. That's the kind of mentality that, and we still have that mentality. Even to this day, a lot of men have the mentality. I don't care what this white woman look like, as long as you get your white woman, put her on your arm, she has more value than any black woman. They still got that Mandingo type of mindset. And you was also talking about the women, which it's the same thing. I'm still on the same vibe about how men messed up women. I just saw on the internet today, don't you know that women could not have a bank account on her own till 1974? She couldn't have a bank account. Women had to be dependent. She couldn't own land by herself. She had to have a man, a husband or something, to own land and have a business. She had to have a man with the co-owner. She couldn't do it by herself. This is what women had to deal with all this time.
Wait a minute, so brother, you talking about in our grandparents' generation this was happening?
Yeah.
Wow.
She couldn't have a bank account. She had to have a man on the bank account. Women were not allowed to have a bank account. Just start.
Wow.
Women couldn't own bank. I think they started giving women the right to own bank accounts in the late 60s, but they made a law. They made a law in 1974. They had to make a law so women could have a bank account in 1974. She couldn't have a bank account.
Damn.
So what if you're a woman and you are functionally illiterate. If you're a woman and you're functionally illiterate, I got to survive. So you mess around with a piece of trash man so he can feed you and clothe you. So you'll go to the strip club and show all your body to these strangers because you got to try to survive. Yeah, you will have a whole bunch of children because you need a way to survive and take care of yourself. Of course you'll go to prostitution because you're functionally illiterate and the society is against women. So it's all about survival. But see, since you are a man, you and I are men, even though we're black men, we're still a man, and we still in this society, we still have a advantage that she don't and never had. She just now, within recent times, begin to get a little something. So it's always been about survival. Yeah, so I know my mother. The reason why my mother first got married, she might have liked the guy for a little bit, but the reason why she got married, because she wanted to get off that slave plantation. She wanted to get out of that sharecropper life. Because that's a hard life. You know, working from sun up to sundown for $3 a day. So she wanted to get the hell out of that kind of situation. A lot of these women marry these old ass men getting ready to die. Yeah, I want your money. I'm trying to survive. I want to get out of here. I need to change my life. Now women can get an education. They can get a college degree. They can own a bank account. They can do that now. But what if you're functionally illiterate? A lot of women not that smart. So I'm going to use my body. And hell, these men so pitiful, they don't give a damn if you fat. They'll take if you fat, it don't make a difference. As long as you got a hole, they do not care. It don't make no difference, but folks need to survive. This is a survival situation. And if black men really was men, if we really was men, they wouldn't have to go through all that. But no, you want to be like the white man. And he don't give a damn about you. And that's what it's all about. The reality is, we said black man, but the reality is, all of us ain't nothing but dark-skinned versions of him. We act like him, behave like him, think like him, do like him. That's why we're in the situation that we're in. And we don't want to go against him. That's why you don't want to support the Mississippi campaign. Because you don't want to go against your daddy. He'll be real upset that you want a room in the house of your own. So you'll just talk like you want to do better. I want to separate from the white man. Integration is bad. No, that ain't nothing but a bunch of talk. You love exactly what you're doing. You like living in the house with your daddy. Your daddy is white. Your daddy, Dr. Umar Johnson, your daddy is white. Even Frederick Douglass, we know that his daddy was a half white man. No, was a white man. And you ain't changed nothing, no different. Frederick Douglass was a biracial. And Umar Johnson want to be like Frederick Douglass. It don't make no difference because you're all white. And you act like them because that's all you know. That's why you can't comprehend the Mississippi campaign. You in the house with your daddy and you don't want to leave your daddy's house. And I want to say this.